Alright, good evening everybody. Welcome to the Crazy Flyer 175 channel. Tonight we're going to jump into an airliner and do a little more airline flying. Wow, they're closing the doors already. I wasn't even ready to go. We're going to fly from Boston, Massachusetts, Boston Logan International, and we're going to fly down to DCA Airport, also known as Reagan National. Two airports I have flown into many times, probably a couple of my favorite airports too. Each one's kind of unique and has some unique scenery and airspace around it. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do today. We're rocking the tallest Airbus A321. And, yeah, let's jump on into it. Let me get the music queued up for a little bit later, or at least paused for now. That way it's not running. Probably listen to some Christmas tunes a little down the road too, depending on how much time we get at cruise. We are live on VATSIM as always, and quite a bit of ATC around Boston area. In fact, we already even got our PDC, so this should go hopefully pretty quick for us. Getting off the gate. Let's see, X-Pilot, we want there we go, text message console. And we can read through our PDC here as we get set up. We'll just kind of set that down and out of the way for now. This one should disappear here in a minute, I think. Maybe. Oh, got rid of the wrong one. Stand by. Get the right one this time. Okay, that's the notification panel. We're going to get rid of that. In fact, we'll leave that out of the way for now. Let's get our overhead flows done. I'm just getting into the flight decks, so still got to get all this going. Should be off the gate pretty quick, though. I don't anticipate any significant ground delays getting out of here. Get all our pre-flight flows done. ADRs come to nav. Do our fire tests here. Check our ECAM. Make sure they're just displaying properly. Yep, that looks good. Yeah, that looks good. And that looks good. Okay, good deal. We can put those away. Let's see. Batteries are already on. Let's get the APU firing up. We're going to be off the gate here pretty quick. Alright, the rest of those are good. We've already got this turned on. We can turn the marker beacons off. Not a fan of them. I don't really use them. I mean, there aren't many approaches in the US anymore that really require you to use marker beacons. Anyways, overhead flow is done. Just through here. I know we're going to be at 5,000. It's normally what they do here out of Boston. Everything else is set here. Waiting on this to come alive. Everything in the center looks good. Trims are neutral. I think we are good. Let's see. The APU fired up will come off the GPU. And yeah, how is everybody doing? I was supposed to go to work today. So I'm on reserve airline pilot life. I got called in and made it pretty much all the way to the airport, and then I got a phone call again, and so what I was supposed to do, what I was originally sent to do, is we needed to reposition airplane. Where I'm based at, we have a maintenance space for my company, and we were going to be repositioning an airplane and then bringing another airplane back, which is pretty common, if we get an issue out in the fields. But yeah. I just realized, oh, okay, now I can see my chat. Bengal, hello, welcome. Anyway, so long story short, we ended up not doing the repo flight. I got to the airport and I got a phone call, and apparently they had figured out an alternative solution that they didn't need us to reposition the airplane anymore. So I don't know if they were able to do the repairs to the other airplane there on the field in time, or if they rearranged some airplanes to get it going. But either way, I got to the airport and got a phone call and got to turn around and drive right back home. So that was my day of work today. And that's the way it goes sometimes in the airline pilot life. Alright, we got to get the APU. Let's get the APU bleed running. We're going to come off that ground power unit. In a minute. There it is. I don't think I've flown the Airbus in a couple weeks. I'm already this rusty. Cool. That's done. Let's jump down here into the MCBU. Got a good database. We'll go to init. And I love this feature in the TOLUS now, being able to essentially let the ACARS system, I guess, do most of the work for you. There we go. Okay, so we've got Boston to DCA, alternative Dulles. Delta 2813 is us. Line the IRS. And cool. Let's look at page 2 to make sure it's all filled in. Should match more or less what we got here on the dispatch release. Yep, that looks like that's matching. Alternative 4.2, give or take. It's calculating something slightly, or sorry, reserve of 4.2. Alternative 1.1, yeah, that sounds about right. It's a little bit different, but yeah, that's to be expected because this doesn't account for a few things that the dispatcher probably accounts for. Let's see. So with that said, let's grab our ATIS here next to figure out which runway. The only thing we really got to do with the setup of the box is get the FMS loaded up. We're going to go over here nearby ETC. Let's just do this. We'll click that. That'll give us that. And then we'll pull the message console back up. Let's get the ATIS first. So here out of Boston. Information Romeo, winds 340 at 8. 10 statute miles. Few at 22. 1 minus 6 and altimeter 3039. Really a beautiful winter day. High pressure. Should be cold, stable air. Should be a nice, easy flight. Don't want to speak too soon. Usually if I say that, something's going to go terribly wrong. 39 is set. ILSD7 departing 3 left. Okay, so we'll set that up here. Cool, that's it for that. And then for our clearance, our PDC 2813 Delta, that's us, A321, Pat 6, Pat Snelly. In fact, we're going to cross compare it to make sure this is matching our release. Yeah, Pat 6, Pat Snelly, direct to BizX, Q75 Modena, and then the Clipper 2 arrival into DCA. Climbing via the SID, expecting 3410 after. Departure frequency 133.0, and we're squawking 3434. We'll go throw this into the transponder right now. It was yeah, 3434. Cool. Throw that to TARA before I forget. Since we're on VATSIM, cool. That's done. Let's pull up our charts here for Boston, and then we're going to set the box up here, and we'll brief it, and then we'll be out of here. Let's see, departure, it was the, I already forgot what departure was it? What? Pat 6, that's right. I should know this, I fly this departure quite often. There we go. Top altitude is 5. We got that set. For us coming off of runway 33 left, let's set up the FMS here first, actually. So we're going to go to flight plan, click on Boston, departure, 33 left, and the Pat 6 departure. There it is. And it is, I think it's just a Pat, so I think that's no transition. We'll insert that. So that looks good. We'll go to plan mode. We're just going to step through the departure here. Make sure it looks like we would anticipate it should. Off 33 left, we're going to go out to tech. We'll follow here on the chart too. Go out here to tech, and then we need to cross Kelsey at or above 5,000. That's in there. So look at the constraints, and then out to Pats. And that's the end of the departure. Cool, that's easy enough. That transitions right into the rest of our file. Flight plan takes us to Modena, and then from Modena we're going to pick up the Clipper 2 arrival. Same thing, we'll come over here, hit DCA on the bottom left. Arrival. Clipper 1. We'll forgo the runway for now, or Clipper 2, sorry. Was Clipper 1 previously. It's going to be via the Modena transition. We'll insert that. Alright, and so from Modena now we go to Nuggy, Troyes, Belay, Trish, Clipper, Baltimore, and it looks like it's set up currently for the landing 19 transition. We'll look at the arrival a little bit more as we get closer, but that at least gets us started on the arrival. Okay, that is done, so just briefing our departure here. It's going to be an FMS nav call out 330 initial heading, FMS to Trek. We already talked about that. Speed restriction, I don't think we have any that apply to us because we're not hitting any of those waypoints. Just the one climb restriction because you had above 5,000 feet. And that's pretty much it. Otherwise, a relatively simple departure. And we are ready to rock and roll. Let's get, let me get the frequency set up here real quick, just so we're no workload once we get the push going. And I think tower is going to be, I know we've got tower approach and then center. I think tower is the lowest it goes. I don't think we have a ground controller. So we'll throw 128.8 into COM 1. Actually, we'll go, there we go. 128.8. There we go.
424, appreciate it. I'll call you when I'm ready to push.
Allegiant 2998, cross runway 27 at Charlie.
Cross runway 27 at Charlie.
Alright, let's run our checklist. And I forgot. I can't remember if I had ported it in.
Boston Tower, American 1399.
Stand by one. I'm gonna put my checklist
We're ready
in there for
to
you guys.
pushback information, Romeo.
Oh, they're busy. They're stepping all over each other already.
Heading 270, climb and maintain 3000.
Let me grab my Airbus checklist and put it in Navi tab. That way you guys can see the checklist I'm using. Give me just 1 second.
Delta 28 on 6 mile 5, runway 27 right, or 27 parallel.
Super Green 992 heavy, fly heading 270, climb and maintain 3000.
Alright, where did I put it? Oh, there it is.
Heading 270, climb and 3000. Super Green 992 heavy, contact departure 133.0.
Aircraft, Polis 321, documents.
Delta 28, Boston Tower, wind 3308, runway 27, clear to land.
Okay, it's in there now. Back up 1. Oops, I went 1 too far.
Boston Tower, American 1399. We're ready for pushback with information, Romeo.
1399 Boston Tower, thanks to Romeo, push approved.
There it is. Cool. Alright, there's my checklist for 321. We already got power on done. 4 start.
992 heavy, turn left heading 270.
Oh yeah, let me grab my, I need my 2 fuel numbers. 2 fuel numbers always write down. Total is going to be 18.7. That's our ramp fuel. And our minute takeoff, we got to have at least 15.7.
2998, runway 33
I always like to know those 2 specific fuel numbers.
Going to be a couple minutes before I can
Let me turn them down here while we're running checklists. Hopefully they're a little less busy by the time we get out there. Alright, 4-star checklist ramp fuel, we've got 18.7 planned. We've got 18.660 on board. ADRs are set to nav, exterior lights set, ECS panel set, fuel panel set, edge of fire test complete, nav displays and terrain are set, anti-skid switches on, switching panels all normal, MCU init A and B is complete, flight plan is complete, actually we still need to do that. We'll do that here in a minute. MCD rad nav is set, departure briefing is complete, to the line is complete. Let's do our takeoff. Oops, I'm afraid I don't have a keybind set for that. Let's do our takeoff perf here. That's the last thing we need to do. And we'll just do an uplink here. Request that. I still have yet to figure out if I can do flex thrust on takeoff with this or not. I'm not entirely sure, but we can always. I'm always fine with the target thrust takeoff anyways. That's more fun. The airplane climbs out. Okay, that looks good. We got 150, 150, 154. It's going to be flaps 1, trim down 0.3. We'll set that here after we push. Okay, MCD perf is complete and 4-star to the line is complete. And we're ready for below the line. Doors and windows are closed, locked, turn the beacon on. Shoulder harnesses are on, cell phones are off, beacons on, transponders already set CARA. The 4-star checklist is complete. We are ready for push. I'm going to turn the radio back up. They're going to pull the jet bridge off the airplane. And let's see if we can get in on the radio. Sounds quieter.
Legion 2998, wind 330 at 8, runway 33 left, clear for takeoff. Traffic 4 mile final for the crossing runway.
For takeoff, runway 33 left, Legion 2998, roger the traffic.
What was our ATIS item?
For 8 Bravo Sierra, radar contact at
Romeo.
200, remain south of runway 33 left, multiple jet departures. Remain south of 33 left, 228 Bravo Sierra.
Boston, good evening. Delta 2813 ready to push off Alpha Niner with Romeo.
The 2813 Boston Tower, push back your discretion. Taxi to spot 7. Once you're there, call me for taxi.
Push approved. We'll call you at spot 7, Delta 2813. Okay, guys, we are push approved. We're going to push back, and then we're going to taxi you to spot 7.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
Let's see. We'll have them push us like so. And then we'll do a nose on spot 3.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Roger. Sweet. Well, let's go flying. Well,
6601, cross runway 4 right at Charlie.
I'm thinking about it. Let's get
runway
DCA
27.
queued up. Let's work with that later.
Allegiant 2998, contact departure so long.
Order departure, Allegiant 2998. Have a good night.
Cool. There's DCA ground.
Boston Tower, American 1399. Looks like we're ready for taxi. We're over here by Alpha 2.
We're on the
American
Clipper.
1399 heavy, runway 33 left, taxi via Alpha 2, Bravo, Charlie, cross runway 4 left, hold short of runway 4 right.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Taxi to runway 33 left via Alpha 2, Bravo, Charlie, cross runway 34 left, hold short, runway 4 right.
Boston Tower, United 273, sorry, I should have checked in earlier. 1.2 ribbon.
Headed 273 Boston Tower, the wind 3308, runway 27, clear to land.
7 clear land, United 273.
The 3521, cross runway 4 right at Charlie, hold short of runway 4 left.
Cross runway 4 right at Charlie, we'll hold 4 left, 3521.
So connected and bypass is inserted.
1224 with you, ready for push and start.
Alright, break off. Steer off. You're clear for push.
1224 Boston
Starting
Tower,
pushback,
push
and
back
you may
your
start
discretion, then
Roger.
squawk 3437.
3437 and
Alright, we'll turn them down for a minute. Let's start engine number 1.
Runway 6601, departing runway 33 left. So you can just make the slight right on the Charlie, then hold short of runway 27, traffic on a 1 mile final. Okay, do you need to stop somewhere? Just let me know. Yep, runway 32 left is the departure runway. Delta 3521, cross runway 2, cross runway 4 left at Echo, taxi.
Alright, good start on 1. And, might be a longer taxi. I'm almost thinking about just doing a single engine taxi. I think for workload, we actually have like 3,000 over min, so I think we can start too.
Just how long did the keys need? 6601 left, turn then on to runway 27, turn left onto 27, and then just make the first left on Delta 1, and then I'll loop around that way. So left on runway 27, and then your first left after you cross runway 3 to left onto Delta 1. I'll have more for you in a second.
I gotta check something real quick. Yeah, okay.
273, turn right on Kilo, cross runway 4 left, join Alpha to the ramp.
Alright, good start.
Operations complete. Set parking brake.
Park brake is set. You're clear for disconnect.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Roger.
Hold short of runway 27.
Cross runway 4 right. Charlie, hold right. Hold, hold and runway.
Alright, we're gonna go a little outside view. Watch your ears here. Actually, before I do that.
Hold short of runway 27.
Hold short runway 27, American 1399.
I love being able to turn the exterior sounds down, because then I can switch without having to last eardrums. Even at 20%, it's still that loud.
So is disconnected and bypass 10 has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Take it easy.
3 mile final.
Cross runway 27, American 1399.
Alright, let's see. We still got the takeoff page up there. It was trimmed down 0.3. We'll set that right now. Look for a bypass pin out here. Yep, we got a thumbs up in the bypass pin. Are these both on? There we go. Cool. We are good to configure. Flaps 1, trim down 0.3. Let's do our flight control check. Cool. Flight controls are checked. We'll do the rudder as well. Excellent. Okay, after start checklist. Engine mode selector is set to normal. Speed brake is, there we go, now it's orange. Rudder trim 0, flaps lever set position 1. Pitch trim set, nose down 0.3 degrees. Engine anti-ice is off, wings off, and after start checklist is complete. Alright, so he instructed us we're going to taxi up to spot 7, which actually, I don't think we have the chart that shows that. That will be on your airport. There we go. Working gates diagram. So we're right here on spot 3. We're just going to taxi straight ahead here. We're going to hold here spot 7. That's generally where the movement area boundaries like right here. That's where we contact ground. So cool, we'll do that. Radius coming back up here. We'll turn the sims down just ever so slightly.
1399 heavy, wind 3308, runway 33 left, clear for takeoff.
Get a little taxi by shot here.
Boston Tower, America 1399, clear for takeoff for runway 33 left. Thank you. 1399.
Tower Delta 656 at Alpha 17 with Romeo ready for push and start.
The 656 Boston Tower, push your discretion.
We'll try a little track
Taxi
iron
to
too, let's
spot
see.
7 and call me at spot 7.
Yeah, track iron's working.
I'll able to get to spot 7 for taxi.
Let's see if I can center it up a little more.
2813, are you ready to go?
Delta 2813, affirmative, ready to taxi with Romeo.
Right, I'll be moving here in just a second to wait to see what your company does.
Roger.
Delta 2813, runway 33 left, taxi via Kilo, Bravo, Charlie, cross runway 4 left, hold short of runway 4 right.
Alright, we're going to taxi via Kilo, Bravo, Charlie, cross runway 4 left, hold short 4 right, Delta 2813.
American 1399
Okay,
heavy, contact
so
Boston,
we're at a taxi
departure
here.
Over to departure.
We're going to
thank you,
continue
American
here
1399.
down Kilo, which we're on. At Kilo, we're going to turn left
1224,
Bravo.
cross runway 4
We're going
right
to turn right Charlie,
hold short
cross
of
this one,
runway
hold
27.
short of the other one. Over there.
Cross on 4 right and hold short at 27, 1224.
Here we go. We'll try to keep this kind of in view of where we're going. Boston's always like really hopping on bats, and they keep this place really well staffed. It's one of my favorites. You know, if you really want full ATC experience, coming into Boston on the evening times, you're generally going to see quite a lot of ATC and a lot of traffic. It's a lot of fun.
United 1224, cross runway 27 on Charlie.
Cross 27 on Charlie.
Alright, so up here, Bravo is going to be the last taxiway before the runway. So not this left, but the next left. We're going to turn left. I believe this was a hot spot on the airport diagram here. So we'll use caution right here. Keep our heads up. Make sure we're turning onto the correct taxiway.
1539 Boston Tower, wind 330 at 8, runway 27, cleared to land. Traffic will hold and depart the crossing runway.
27 clear land, 15 there.
I love these. So this sound pack is the BSS sound pack for the Tolos Airbus, and I really love these engine sounds. I haven't flown the CFM. I think it's probably been over a month since I've flown with the CFM engines. I like their sound.
1224, runway 33 left, line up and wait. Traffic landing the crossing runway.
Line up and then wait.
Okay, we're going to cross right here. This is Charlie. We're going to make a right-hand turn. So before we cross, we're going to verify clear out there on the approach end to 22 right. And then as we round the corner here, we'll take a look out the right-hand window. And make sure we clear that direction.
656, runway 33 left.
Turn our strobe lights
Kilo,
and
Bravo,
some
Charlie,
other
cross
exterior
runway
lights
4
on.
left, hold short of runway 4
This
right.
is hard to do. It's easier in the airplane when you can feel switches. Alright, we're clear right, and we're clear to cross. We're going to cross this one, we're going to hold short of the next one though. A little squirrely on the tiller there.
Delta 2813, cross runway 4 right at Charlie, hold short of runway 27.
Cross 4 right at Charlie, hold short 27, Delta 2813. Alright, so we're clear to cross now, so we're going to continue Charlie. We're clear to cross this next one, and then we're going to hold short runway 27 right here on Charlie. Alright, so let's see. While we're in between runways, we're just going to do this cabin. We're going to do this to make sure they're secure. We'll check our takeoff config. And spoilers. Oh, I thought I armed. Now they're armed. Oh, I got a little bit of a little noise in my spoiler axis on the throttle. Alright, clear left, clear right. We are clear to cross. Making sure to hold short 27. We don't want to make that dude go around.
Standard 1224, wind 330 at 8,
Wow.
runway 33 left, clear for takeoff.
I think there is a little bit of
33 left, 1224.
inaccurate data.
2813, cross runway 27 on Charlie.
Cross 27 on Charlie, Delta 2013. Alright, so we're clear to cross next one. I'm just going to keep strobes on because we're going to keep on going.
Delta 2601, we're ready to go.
So it's a slight right-hand turn. We're going to cross the runway.
Turn
And,
left
yeah.
on to runway
We'll
33
be at our
left.
departure runway.
Cross runway 27. And then once you're in position, line up and wait. Let me know when you're ready to go.
Left, 33 here, cross, 33 left.
Yeah, Boston's pretty
Turn
fast-paced
left on 33 left, cross 27. Delta
when you have all these runway crossings. Alright, we're staying on Charlie, which is a slight right-hand turn.
Delta 1539, cross runway 4 left.
Now,
Kilo,
here,
taxi to the ramp.
in theory, he cleared us to cross, so it shouldn't have been a final, but we always double-check, especially when we know this is the active landing runway.
1224,
Go on the left.
contact Boston departure as well.
Clear on the right.
Boston departure,
Yeah, we're clear to cross.
33.0, see ya!
Okay, just to review after departure, it's going to be FMS nav to tech for the first fix, 5,000 feet top, and that's about it. And engine failure, we'll go straight out, troubleshoot. Let's do our test checklist.
Joy Charlie, cross 27.
If
Are
you
you
believe
ready to
it's
go
off,
once you get
APU's
to the
off,
runway?
flight controls checked.
Yeah, but,
Auto brakes set to max, takeoff config checked, cabin ready, takeoff
Delta
thermal green.
66, I want you to turn
Brake
left,
temps, so
back
green.
taxi to the full length of runway 33 left. Cross runway 27, and then tell me once you're in position and ready to go.
Let's see, brake temps are green and text checklist
back
complete.
taxi, cross 2 left, I'll let you know we're ready to go, so let's take it.
Just turn left on the runway, go down to the end, spin around, and then if you're ready to go, we'll get you going.
Okay, cool.
Alright, sounds good, we're on the runway now.
Are we ready?
Delta 656, cross runway 4 right at Charlie, hold short of runway 27.
Cross 4 right at Charlie, runway 27.
Good evening, Delta 2401 at gate Alpha 20 with information Romeo, ready for push and start. 2401 Boston Tower, good day. Push back your discretion. Advise at spot 7 ready for taxi.
Alright, so we're waiting for Southwest.
Inbound at Kilo.
So we're gonna hold here, set our brake.
Roger, push at my discretion. Advise you spot 7 ready for taxi. And I see the Boeing 737 Delta 2401. Bravo 6601, wind 3308, runway 33 left, cleared for takeoff. Takeoff, Southwest 6601.
We'll go outside view here for a minute.
Delta 2813, runway 33 left, line up and wait.
Runway 33 left, line up wait, Delta 2813. Alright, strobes on, line up and wait. Alright, before takeoff, checklist.
Delta 656, cross runway 27 entry.
Min fuel, we've got 15.7 required, 18.3 on board. Transponder TARA, FMA is indicating nav climb. Runway, we got 33 left. Before takeoff checklist is complete.
Delta 2813, the wind 3308, runway 33 left, clear for takeoff.
Runway 33 left, clear for takeoff, Delta 2813. Alright guys, here we go.
West 6601, contact departure, have a good one.
And checklist complete. Let's go flying.
Delta 656, runway 33 left, line up and wait.
Toga thrust is set. SRS runway. Knots, checked. V1, rotate. Positive rate.
Electronic devices, including laptop computers.
That was random.
Secure smaller handheld devices in your hand or safeguard. Devices must remain in airplane until after we land.
I gotta adjust the cabin sounds.
Delta 2813, contact departure.
Over to departure, Delta 2013. Good day.
Delta 656, runway 33 left, wind 3.
I guess you didn't set up departure before.
Clear for takeoff.
33-0.
Two to wait, contact tower 128.8.
Last departure, good evening. Delta 2813, 2,700, climbing 5,000.
Delta 2813, Boston departure, flow, you're at contact. Climb maintain 14,000.
Climb maintain 14,000, Delta 2013. 14 is set. Do a little wing view, come off track. Here's the S-Bug. Flaps are coming up.
At 1224, contact Boston Center, 134.7 tonight.
134.7, good night.
Delta 6601, contact Boston Center, 134.7.
Alright, after takeoff checklist. Landing gears up, flaps are up, APU is off, NCS not required. After landing, correction, after takeoff checklist is complete.
Delta 656, Boston departure, hello, you're at contact, climb maintain 1440.
Good flyby shot. was so busy I didn't get to do a flyby shot on the departure. It's kind of a higher workload environment. We'll turn the sim sounds down just a little bit. Oh, that sun is blinding. I don't think they actually have a sun shield modeled in here, do they? Do the sunglasses work? Not really. The little sunglasses feature in X-Plane. I'll bring sim sounds down even just a little bit more.
An approach, timed at 228, had to go around due to high speeds, to have to go into to land on the runway.
Timed at 221, no problem, fly heading 110.
Heading 110, timed at 228.
Scenery looks pretty good, I mean, for default scenery. And we're through 10,000.
Delta 2813, Gunner Boston Center, 134.7 Gunner.
134.7, have a great night. Delta 2813, thanks for the ATC.
The 656, Gunner Boston,
Cool,
134.7
center
Gunner.
34.7.
Jet 220, we're heading up.
American, and I like to fly in America, so I'm still learning terminology.
Understood.
Center, good evening. Delta 2813, 12,300, climbing 14,000.
Delta 2813 Boston Center, hello, climb and maintain, flight level 340.
Climb maintain, flight level 340, Delta 2813. Alright, cool.
Delta 1774, if you want it in more familiar terms, it's descend flight level 120,
340
level
is
by Calverton.
Okay, thank you. And that's followed by the speed restriction as well.
Correct.
We'll turn him down a little bit
Thank you
as
very
well.
much. Center Delta 656, 12,500 for 14,000.
Delta 656 Boston Center, hello, climb and maintain, flight level 220.
Alright, well, we are up and away from Boston. Let's go ahead and put the Boston charts away. We've got most of our DCA charts pulled up. Let's take a look and see. Actually, we'll go through this plug-in here. Grab the later flight plan here. There we go. Let's see, arrive latest. Do they have it? Hey, we do. So let's see. Looks like they're landing. Unfortunately, they're landing north. I was hoping for a chance to land to the south tonight.
Heading 270, runway 34, clear to take off.
It's always fun to fly at the river visual. I think I've only done it like once. I think I've been into DC like 3 times, you know, live streaming. And I've only ever been able to do the river visual once on live stream. But, so it goes. I think traffic flows smoother when they depart one. But let's see. So we've got information Foxtrot. Let's see, 330 at 7, 10 statute miles, scattered at 16. Hey, thanks for the follow, or for the YouTube subscription. Welcome. Let's see, we got scattered at 16. I don't know why I'm not getting my, I gotta look and see why I'm not getting the Streamlabs alerts in chat. I like have to go back and like look at my live stream to see who's subscribed. I didn't catch your name, but welcome. -3 -6 and altimeter 3047.
Up to 1774, contact New York,
And
approach
standards.
128.12.
Above 18. Cool.
What's that new approach? 128.12, Merry Christmas. If you celebrate it, everyone approach your evening. Thanks for your name. Goodbye.
Bye-bye, have a good night.
You too.
Let's see, so we're going to pull up our arrival and we'll load the ILS for runway 1.
Boston Center, good evening. United West 70 with
So
you.
go flight plan,
2000.
DCA in lower left, arrival.
Merit.
And
United 170
let's
Boston
see,
Center, climb to maintain level 210,
ILS
leaving
1.
17, directed Roebuck.
We'll reload the arrival of the Clipper.
Up to 210.
Ovia for the approach, Modena. Alright, before we activate, since we're actually flying, we're going to hit the yellow temporary flight plan. This allows us to put this into plan mode, and we can step through a flight plan, make sure everything looks correct. We're looking at the yellow line. So you can see there, that yellow line now takes us out to the south. For this transition, it basically puts us on a downwind to runway 1, and then we have Katrin and Baden for the ILS runway 1 approach into DCA. That all looks good, so with that looking good, I'm going to go ahead and actually insert, and that's now our active flight plan. And cool. That'll reduce our workload later. And let's see, with that set, I think we're pretty much good to chill for a little bit. Let me see if I can get some more Christmas lo-fi queued up for us. Oh, did they? Oh, okay, there we go. I was like, they kind of changed their layout on Epidemic Sounds. There we go. Lo-fi Christmas beats, that's what we were doing. We'll see what we can find on Epidemic Sound. Put the Bose headsets on here, noise canceling. Just do the shift 4 view. There we go. And we don't get the shaky camera.
Primary 4211, contact Boston approach 133.0.
32.0.
As always, guys, let me know in the chat. Music is too loud, too quiet.
Merry Christmas. Take care,
I think
buddy.
ATC's a little loud. Let's turn ATC down just a bit.
Thanks.
Delta 5797 checking in with you at 39,000 over to the west.
Delta 5797, Boston Center, squawk 4727.
Squawking 4727. Delta 5797.
Southwest 551, climb and maintain level 200. Level 200, Southwest 551. Radar contact 22 southwest to Syracuse, maintain level 390.
We will maintain for level 390. Delta 5797.
All right. Chilling in cruise now. Yeah, I kind of got faked out at work today because, yeah, they told me I was going to be, or, I got the assignment in the afternoon, was anticipating going flying, and then just like last minute, like I said, at the airport, they called me and told me they'd figured out another way and they didn't need to reposition an airplane, which I guess makes sense, because obviously repositioning an airplane without revenue paying passengers is a expensive endeavor for the airlines, so they generally like to minimize that as much as they can.
4662, ready to taxi. KBOS 4662, runway 27, or correction, runway 34, taxi via Charlie, cross runway 23.
Next runway 34 via Charlie, and we are cleared to cross runway 23, KBOS 4662.
Let me go back and see if we can find out who subscribed to. We've actually had a lot of new subscriptions the last few days. I think the last video in the 767, for some reason, a lot of that one just got a lot of attention, which I'm cool with. I like it. I'm gonna start trying to put a little bit more emphasis into my YouTube content.
1224, contact New York Center 132.17.
132.17, good day.
Because, like I said, on my last live stream, I think I was talking, maybe it was the one before that, but, I didn't touch my YouTube channel for a really long time. I was kind of focused just on Twitch. I just do this as a part-time hobby. I'm not looking to become a huge channel or anything. But, I like sharing what I do. I'm an aviation geek, and it's always fun to, fly places with different people and talk about aviation current events and stuff. That's kind of why I really got into this. Is, I just enjoy that aspect of.
Good evening, Cherokee 869 Mike Alpha, radio check.
I enjoy that aspect of aviation. Anyways, but I think we've gained probably like 20 new subscribers since that 767 stream going from Chicago to New York.
Where are you at?
So that's pretty awesome.
Long Island Airport.
I don't think I'd said it yet, but welcome to all our new channel members
Mike Alpha, you're not going to be talking
and
to me, you're going
subscribers.
to be talking to New York 128.12.
Subscribers, not members. I don't do that. I'm not monetized, but I like keeping it simple. I believe it was Jersey subscribed. Welcome. There we go. Now I can see who's subscribed to me. I'm gonna
550 Tango X-ray Boston Center Squawk.
I'm gonna check my while we're cruising along here. Let's look at stream tabs and see if I can figure out why it's not giving me my chat alerts, because that's helpful for me, real time, to kind of see who's subscribing and all that. Let's see, CloudBot modules. Chat alerts. Okay, it's selected on. Chat alert preferences. Everything's turned on. I don't know why not sure why it doesn't do that. We've added Streamlabs as a moderator.
Maintain VFR, the room altimeter 3047.
Interesting.
Office 551, climb and maintain potable 380.
Firing papers, point 380, Southwest 5.
American 1399, descend across Calverton 2000, 250 knots, the Kennedy altimeter 3044.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that, American 1399?
American 1399, across Calverton at a maintain 2000, 1250 knots, the Kennedy altimeter 3044.
Okay, descending across Calverton, maintain 2000, 250 knots, American 1399.
Boston Center, Skywest 4662, ready for departure, runway 34.
Skywest 4662, turn left heading 330, runway 34, clear for takeoff.
Turn 330, clear for takeoff, runway 34, Skywest.
That sun is brutal. Pretty hazy too.
Delta 5797, radio check.
Unclear.
Delta 5797, we just lost you there for a minute. We're having a connection loss issue right now. We'll inform you, but...
Roger. Boston Center, good evening.
Let's see, how long do we get a cruise on this one?
Flight level 370. Southwest 1339, squawk
Eh,
4731.
about 180 miles of cruising.
731, 1339.
It's not too bad. As long as it's smooth up here, we'll get the seatbelt sign turned off for the folks in the back.
Boston Center, FedEx 257 heavy with you, flight level 370.
Seems like it's a little better up here than it was a couple thousand feet ago on the climb.
4732, FedEx 257 heavy. Boston Center, good evening. Delta 2401 with you, 10,400 for 14,000. To 2401 Boston Center, low climb and maintain flight level 340. Climb maintain flight level 340, Delta 2401. Southwest 1339, radar contact 41 southwest of Short Sound, maintain flight level 370. 370, 1339.
Delta 5797, we're back with you here. And,
FedEx 257, Boston Center, your radar contact 36 southwest of Syracuse, maintain flight level 360 for now. Maintain flight level 360 for FedEx 257 heavy.
I can't remember if they said, are they shooting the Mount Vernon visual or are they doing the ILS?
Boston Center, Skywest
It is technically nighttime. I rolled the time back just so we didn't have to fly during the night.
4662, radar contact, climb and maintain 10,000, proceed direct to Putnam. That's a 10,000.
It seems like I tend to do quite a bit of night flying,
Southwest 50, Southwest
which I enjoy
51
doing,
traffic,
but
enter 3 o'clock, 10 miles, same direction.
I don't know if it makes the greatest content because there's not a lot, there's not as much to see
Okay, tally
when
traffic,
you do that.
let me see here, 2 o'clock level. That's not too much.
Delta 656, traffic off to your 9 o'clock and 9 miles, same direction, climbing through flight level 230.
Oh yeah,
Boeing
we went through
757.
this app. Get her arrival.
American 1399, contact New York approach 128.12.
Over to New York approach, American 1399, thank you.
Okay, they are doing the
United
Mount Vernon
170,
visual.
descend by the Roebuck 3 arrival, runway 27 to Providence, altimeter 3039er.
Same good, Roebuck 3, 3029er. For 2
Mount Vernon visual approach runway 1 into DCA. Pretty much, I mean, it's very straightforward. You're basically following the localizer except for right here just after the final approach fix. To get around a noise-sensitive area, you just kind of turn out and follow the river.
656, descend across Calverton, VOR at a maintain 2000, 250 knots, the Kennedy altimeter 3044.
I had a very simple approach. We'll do it hand flown. Alright, we've got it built while we're cruising along here. Actually,
62, climb and maintain
turn that belt sign off first.
Climb opinion 220, Skywest 4662.
I'll pull this up. Do I have? I don't have anything bound. I'm gonna bind. Let's bind a view for this. And I can,
7 heavy S traffic inside.
there you go. That'll be my numpad 0 view. Okay. So we're gonna go here to perf. We're gonna do landing performance here. I think it was the last thing that we needed to do. Bug this.
Delta 2813, contact New York Center 125.32.
125.32. Have a great night. Thanks for the ATC, Delta 2813.
On.
Cool. Let's see. 2532.
Delta 5790.
Center, good evening. Delta 2813, flight level 340 with a smooth ride.
Delta 2813, New York Center, good evening. Cross Jersey at and maintain flight level 280.
Alright, cross Jersey at flight level 280, Delta 2813. Alright guys, so we're going to do that real quick. We're going to come down here, flight plan, Jersey, which isn't too close. We're going to cross that at 280. We'll put that in alt constraint. Go back to temporary flight plan, that looks good. Activate that. And then we will set flight level 280 in the altitude selector. And then sometime as we get close to our top of descent, we'll start it down here. Let's see, where's the top of descent going to be for that? It's actually not drawing one. Oh, here it is. ETP, maybe. What we'll do, let's do some pilot math. So we're going from 34 to 28, which is 6. We're going to multiply that by 3, which would be about 18 nautical miles. We'll start our descent down to Jersey. Which we're about 40 out from Jersey. So once we see Jersey get to about here, then we'll start that descent. All right, back to what we were doing though. Sorry, wrong view. Crazy cameras. Let's see. I need to pull my chat window back up too. You can see if you guys are talking to me. Let's see. We're gonna go back to perf and landing. Next phase. There we go. So we'll pull this up for the ATIS here. There we go. Conditions there, we got 330 at 7 for the winds. 330 at 7. Our temperature is 3 degrees Celsius. And QNH is gonna be, where is it at? 3047. I love these high pressure days, makes it really nice. 3047, and MDA, we're just gonna leave it blank since we don't have one, because this is technically going to be a visual approach. So that's all we need to really set up for landing perf there. We'll do landing flaps full. So we got 149. I tend to like to add just a couple extra knots. It tends to give the airplane a little better control in the flare, I feel like. That, or I just need to learn how to land an Airbus. That's probably what really needs to happen. Anyways. Okay, that's all done. We're pretty much set up. Now we're just chilling. Still getting rocked a little bit. What are our winds doing up here? In the jet stream? Maybe just a little bit. Not terrible. 66 knots. Definitely not the worst I've seen. Since we did have some little bit of turbulence coming through about flight level 300, we'll probably turn the seatbelt sign on as soon as we initiate the descent down to Jersey. Just gotta be careful. Speaking of that, Hawaiian A330 severe turbulence encounter sounded pretty gnarly. Maybe we'll look that up. We'll talk about it a little bit here. We'll get a couple minutes in cruise. We'll go just like 5 more miles. We'll start our descent. Yeah, so like, you know, people hitting the overhead bins. From what I could tell, I believe that the captain had the seatbelt sign on at the time. And obviously people weren't listening to that, but it does emphasize the important, and I put this into the whenever I make my top of climb announcement as a captain, I'll usually re-emphasize that fact that, that you always hear, that while seated, we recommend keeping your seatbelt fastened because of unexpected turbulence, because it really can happen at any time. I have never, knock on wood, I have never had turbulence that was enough that it would have put somebody into a ceiling, but that's not to say it couldn't happen. It could happen to anybody. And honestly, like, in terms of, like, liability as a captain, that's probably one of the biggest things that concerns me. We'll start our descent now. Is considering the safety, I mean, I can always get the airplane safely to the destination. That is really, with as much training experience as I have, with as good of an airplane as I'm flying, with as good of procedures as our airline has, there's never a question of getting the airplane to a destination safely, but probably the biggest thing that I worry about is people getting hurt in turbulence in the cabin. I tend to be on the conservative side with my, speaking of which, I just talked about it, turn the belt sign back on. I tend to be on the conservative side with the seatbelt sign. If I'm getting maybe like the tiniest nibble of light chop, maybe I'll leave it on. But, I generally, what I'll do is if I start feeling a little bit of light chop, sometimes it's just in a little isolated area. So what I'll generally do is I'll start a timer, because we have just a little chrono button on the yoke on the Embraer. I'll just kind of start a timer, and I'll wait it out about a minute, because generally light chop, if you go from smooth, like a long stretch of smooth flight, to light chop, it usually means you're probably going to get into maybe a little bit of turbulence down that road. Not always, but, with a little bit of time and experience, you can almost kind of tell, too. Like, you kind of start feeling the airplane just, like, do this little, like, wave motion or something like that, and you just kind of, if you felt it enough times, you kind of know that there's going to be some turbulence coming. Obviously, at that point, I'll kind of flick that seatbelt sign on, hopefully at least a few seconds before we get that turbulence. But, anyways, but yeah, that being said, though, I mean, there are so many people that, don't really respect that seatbelt sign. And obviously, the other thing to consider, too, is taking care of the cabin crew, because they, generally speaking, even if the seatbelt sign's on, there's a little bit of turbulence, they have responsibilities that they have to do, or that they're supposed to do. Not even just including, doing a snack or beverage service, depending on the flight, but they have to do safety checks. They've got to at least take trash from passengers, if somebody requests a flight attendant for some odd reason, right? So they have to be up a lot, so you do have to be pretty careful. Hello, how do you say your name? Renato I'm gonna butcher that. Renato Abreu. Let me know how you say that. Welcome to the channel. And from Brazil. That's cool. What part of Brazil is that in? I'm not super familiar with Brazil. Anyway, but yeah, that's one thing to consider, though, as a pilot. If anybody is heading to that career path, something you have to keep in mind is keeping your flight attendants up to date. So they actually train them, at least in my company, flight attendants are trained to know the standard phraseology about turbulence. So they know the difference between turbulence and chop, and they know basically how we define light turbulence, moderate turbulence, and severe turbulence, because they all have, specific definitions.
Cross Copes at and maintain flight level 220.
Cross Copes at and maintain flight level 220, Delta 2813. Alright guys, it's got another crossing restriction, so we're going to go down here, flight plan, going to, nope, not direct, there we go, Copes. We'll click that, and 220 for the altitude constraint. We'll look at that. We're just going to make sure we didn't change anything else in the flight plan. That looks good for the foreseeable future. We'll insert. There we go. So here it is actually drawing a top of descent for us, so that'll take some of the guesswork out here. You can see it's going to... Oh, did we miss Jersey? Oh, we missed Jersey. Shoot, I was talking. Why did the airplane not meet that restriction? Interesting. I wonder, I'll have to go back and look at that. See if I screwed up the the input there. I'm glad he didn't call me out on it, but here we'll do a little pilot intervention. Yeah, we were over 1,000 feet high, man. What the heck happened?
Jet 420 Tango Papa, New York, hello.
That's interesting. It just goes to show you really can't trust this too much. I really thought it was going to intercept that path. It didn't.
420 Tango Papa, climb maintain 17,000.
Oh well. No harm, no foul. He didn't call me out on it, so we're good. We're going to level here at flight level 280, and then we're going to set flight level 220 to set up our descent for COPES. Anyway, so yeah. Back to the discussion though. Basically the point I'm trying to make is think about the flight attendants. So, you know, generally speaking, if we know about turbulence ahead, we'll brief them on it. And there are some times where we, you know, do have to just kind of tell the flight attendants, like, you know, it's too bumpy. I don't want you to be up. I'm going to ask you to stay seated in your jump seats, or, you know, at least passenger seats. Stay seated at least and belted in. You know, sometimes there's flights that are just so rough that I don't even want my flight attendants getting up. But yeah, that's just the biggest thing that I'm always, like I said, that's probably the biggest worry I have. Safety wise, I never question if we're going to make it to a destination safely, but I do question, and I hope that people are being careful about turbulence in the cabin. And I always try to keep people as up to date and informed as possible. Make sure we're keeping people out of trouble. Alright, 280, we got 220 set for COPES. Go outside view here for a minute.
November 420 Tango Papa, contact Boston Center now, 134.7, 34.7, we'll see ya.
34.7, 420 Tango Papa, see ya.
While we're doing that, I'm going to look up where in Brazil that is. That's kind of cool. I love geography. I'm kind of a little bit of a geography nerd. That's a place I've never heard of in Brazil. Like I said, I'm not super familiar with Brazil, but it'd be fun to go to Brazil. Actually, we've had some people from our company going to Brazil recently because we've been picking up a few new airplanes from Embraer. I don't think I'm going to get the opportunity to do that. Usually it's like a management pilot. So like chief pilot or somebody. Hang on, I'm gonna take a drink. A little bit of water. Usually it's a management pilot that goes to do to pick up a brand new airplane, you know, because they have other stuff they got to do, paperwork and all that. And so, but like, it would be so fun. I would jump on the opportunity to go down to Brazil and
clear direct hogs.
Direct hog, $94.
And pick up a new airplane. That'd be a lot of fun.
New York, American 1922, Center for 16.8, across Cameron 250.
Oh, that's pretty far south. Yeah, okay.
We've got Yankee.
American 1922, New York Center, radar contact 8 miles northeast of Hogs, 16,400, the Kenny altimeter 3044, across Cameron at maintain 11,250.
Yeah, that's like all the way at the southern end of Brazil. That's cool. Probably nice in summertime down there.
We don't have hogs in our flight plan.
Oopsie.
My apologies, you're on Victor 44.
Okay. I was like, that's always inconvenient. I've had that happen in real life sometimes too.
Alright, resume on navigation down 94.
Delta 2813, contact New York Center 132.17, 3217.
132.17, confirm that was for Delta 2813.
Readback is correct for Delta 2813.
Thanks, Merry Christmas, have a great night. Alright, next frequency. I think we even got multiple New Yorks on, that's kind of cool.
1922, contact New York approach
3217.
2812.
2812 is good one, American 1922.
Oh shoot, we need to start down. Center, good evening. Delta 2813 leaving flight level 280, crossing COPES, flight level 220.
American 2813, New York, hello. Descend and maintain for level 200.
Descend maintain flight level 200, Delta 2813. Okay, So he cleared us down to 20. We got 20 set. I think I missed it again, the top of descent, but it's drawn in this time, and I think we'll make it down to copes here. I just did an open descent with some speed brake. There we go. We're back on path. That'll make our restriction for us. That works. And then we just have to make sure we continue the descent when we get past copes. It may level me off, but we'll watch it and we'll see what it does here. Alright, well, we're getting pretty close here. We've actually got a few expect altitudes I forgot about. We need to do that, and we'll brief our approach here. Let's kill the lo-fi here for a minute. So let's see, arrival, we're planning to cross Nuggy at 1000, so we're going to come down here to the FMS. Or sorry, no, we're planning to cross Trish at 12,000. And then Baltimore at 10 and 250 are the two that we're going to expect. This other one is for non-turbojets, which we are considered a turbojet aircraft. So we're going to go flight plan. Same thing, we're going to go over here to Trish. And we're going to put an L constraint of 12,000. 12,000 Trish. There we go. And we're going to come back here and we've got Baltimore at 10 and 250. Looks like it's already got 250 and I think it's got the 10 in there already.
FedEx 257, contact New York approach 128.12, good day.
Going to 128.12 for FedEx 257 and thanks for the ATC, bye.
Yeah, it's got Baltimore. Well, it says 250, it doesn't say 10, so we're going to put the L constraint of 10. There we go. So we got the L constraint. 10,000 now at Baltimore. Alright, so we're going to go temporary flight plan. We're going to insert and activate. And I'm sure I'm going to confirm this, because I think this is what I failed to do when we missed the other restriction. So you know what, sure we... Yeah, we're still looking okay. Yeah, okay, we're still making copes at 220, that's good. I think that's what I failed to do on the other ones. I failed to confirm. I must have screwed up the input into the MCDU for it to not make that restriction for me. But we've got those two restrictions in there. So we're good. Okay, so back to this. We need to brief our approach just real quick, make sure we're all set up. So we're going to fly the Mount Vernon visual approach runway 1 into DCA 19-1 is our approach plate. It's a visual approach. It's going to be kind of backed up with the localizer and ILS into runway 1 there. No pullers missed approach procedure requires 3,004, which we've got well above that. We got 10 miles and scattered at 16,000. Touchdown zone elevation is going to be 14 feet, MSA around the DCA VOR 2,600 feet. There's no published missed approach procedure. However, what you can see there, we've got a prohibited area directly off the departure end. So if we have to go around, our plan is going to be, we're going to make a left-hand turn, we're going to intercept and just follow the middle of that Potomac River. That should keep us clear of that P56, a prohibited area there. Left turn and follow the river. So coming down here, so the approach aid that we just need to make sure is set is we will come over here and we'll go to RadNav. I don't know if it does pull it up. Okay, so we got 119. There it is, 119.9 for IDCA.
7,000, the Newark altimeter 3044.
No minimums to set. After we land, we're going to make a left-hand turnoff. And our gate, I believe, is like right here. Yeah, it's off this concourse here. And I think it's B, like 18 is on that corner. That's the one we're going to be parking at. In fact, we'll pull up our gate diagram. That's 10-9 Bravo. And there we go. E19. We'll park Park Bravo 21. We'll call that our arrival gate. So chances are we're probably going to roll past the intersection. So after we land, first available left-hand turn off, we're going to try to at least get off before taxiway November. And we'll probably either come back on taxiway Juliet or Kilo and then to the gate, which is right there kind of by spot 1. A couple of hot spots, just got to be careful here on this airport. These taxiways are pretty close proximity to this runway, so you just have to make sure to keep the aircraft clear of the whole short lines and don't make a wrong turn. That's pretty much it. Coming into DCA. Oh gosh, dang it! The airplane didn't descend. I'm doing terrible. He told me to descend 200, and I forgot to keep the airplane descending.
American 1563, contact New York approach.
I'm doing a terrible job.
55, good night.
That's like 2 altitude busts right there. This is why it's a lot easier to have 2 pilots in the flight deck. And it shows, you know, so my airplane, it's kind of easy to tell if it's going to level you off. This airplane, you kind of can. I don't find it as easy. So the Embraer has the vertical profile. Hopefully when that new Embraer comes out, Microsoft, we'll give that a shot. And hopefully the vertical profile is functional, because it's actually one of my favorite features of the Honeywell Epic Primus avionics suite. But it makes it very easy to know what the airplane is planning on doing, like if it's going to keep descending you past a fix or if it's not, and then you can kind of, you know, take action to set it up appropriately one way or the other. But you know, I probably, honestly, I should fly the Airbus a little bit more often, kind of polish up on it a little bit, because my VNAV tonight has not been it's not been up to my standard. I want it to be, this clouds look kind of cool, and they're a little bit grainy and pixelated, but I mean, they're like nice and defined, which I kind of like. And you got the 2 layers going. All right, let's see. I'm gonna bring Sim Sounds back up. We'll keep the lo-fi off. I think we're getting close enough to our destination not to need any more music tonight.
Delta 2813, cross Clipper to 12000, Baltimore altimeter 3046.
3046, cross Clipper at maintain 12000, Delta 2813. Alright, 12,000 is set for Clipper. It's already in the FMS for us, and we're going to start that descent right now. Try to help make sure this airplane's going to make these restrictions. Alright, let's see. In the background here, let me get this queued up. I'm going to try to have my music ready for the outro when we get there. I've been bad about that lately. Alright, we're minimizing that window. It is there. Okay, good deal.
New York Center, FedEx 986
FedEx 986, New York Center, hello, radar contact, cross Hayde at and maintain for level 180.
Okay, we'll cross Hayde at flight level 180, FedEx 986 Heavy.
Not like he's heading into Newark.
Delta 2813, contact Potomac approach 119.7, good day.
19.7, have a great day. Thanks for the ATC, Delta 2813. Cool. Let's see, 19.7.
Headed 6016, New York Center, hello, you're clear direct.
I should have gone the other way a little bit quicker.
Romeo
Oh, well.
Kilo Alpha, climb to maintain for level 230.
Clear to the Rockville VOR up to 502.
Let's see, and we have Romeo. I'm just going to confirm that here in about ATC. It is, holy cow, they got the whole Eastern Seaboard online tonight. Hotel. It's a slightly newer than the one we had. Well, so we got Potomac approach, good evening. Delta 2813, 17-4 crossing Trish, 12000 with hotel.
Delta 2813, cross Baltimore, at maintain 10. Sure thing, ma'am. Delta 2813, cross Baltimore, at maintain 10,000, 250 knots. The Baltimore altimeter 3046, Washington landing north.
3046 will cross Baltimore at 10,000, 250 knots and landing north, Delta 2013. Cool. So as is planned, we're going to set 10 now. Oh, we got an issue. I do have a occasional random false turn on. Fuel level left tank pump 1 low pressure. Left tank 1 pump.
1985.
Off.
Okay. 2421 turn right heading.
ECAM actions complete.
190.
Right heading 190 southwest 24.
Yep. So we got a pump. It looks like that's
maintain 4,000.
not functioning properly, but the engine continues to run. That's why we got redundancy. The fuel pump 2, it appears, is doing its thing, so it should be all right. Keep an eye on it. We'll go ahead and clear that. Status left tank pump 1 is inoperative. Okay. So that would be right up, you know, if this were real life, if I was a little workload like this, I might grab the mains can, put a little write up in the logbook, and maybe if I had time, I'd also send a message to dispatch just so I kind of know when we get on the ground that we'd have maintenance come out and look at the airplane. But cool. All right, well, that's dealt with. Uncleared status. Go back to cruise. I've had similar faults like that every once in a while on the Embraer. You know, sometimes systems, you know, they just have one sensor that for one reason or another maybe goes slightly outside of a parameter that it's supposed to be within, and you'll get an error message like that. And generally speaking, I mean, that's why they designed these airliners with so much redundancy. It usually you don't really actually have too much of an issue. And I'll be honest, in the Embraer, it seems like 90% of the time, you know, you'll write it up, you get on the ground, and maintenance will, you know, check the system, and they'll actually find out it's working properly. Like I said, you know, these systems are designed to monitor themselves, and so if something just goes slightly outside of a parameter for, you know, a second or two, it can trip a message like that when there might not actually be a problem.
Southwest 2421, turn right heading.
The Embraer is pretty notorious for, like, if you have a bad power transfer, like when you're switching from like engines to APU or APU to engines, sometimes you can get just a few messages that pop up but then kind of clear. Once in a while you get one that maybe doesn't clear, but it was still caused just by that issue. Alright, there's 12,000. It's going to level us off now, but it's still set to give us a top of descent up here. I might just let it start descending here. We'll level off for just a minute. Don't turn up ATC a little. This guy's a little quieter.
And could you confirm the heading for Southwest 2421?
Alright, just to make sure we make our restriction, I'm going to go ahead and let the airplane start descending early here. Let's click that in. It should. Or is it not going to?
Approach Southwest 2421.
I guess it's not going to. I need to read up on Airbus logic. I'm not as familiar with... So I thought if you clicked it in, it would initiate the descent. I mean, now it puts it into managed, FMS managed descent, but... Yeah, I gotta learn a little bit more about the logic of the Airbus. Understand it fully.
Sorry, Southwest 2421, you said that you had the fuel on site?
Affirmative, we were trying to call, that heading would have put us directly to the runway, but we have the field inside.
Sorry about that, Southwest 2421, clear visual approach 33 left.
Visual 3, Southwest 2421, thanks.
Southwest 2421, wind 2603, runway 33 left, clear to land.
Alright, so now I'm gonna watch this really closely, 'cause now I'm like paranoid. I just gotta make sure that this airplane actually starts its descent when it's supposed to. Never did run a descent checklist either. Let's do that real quick. We did the aft takeoff. Descent checklist. Fast melt sign is on. Altimeter is 3046 is set. Nav displays and terrain are set. MCDU flight plan is set. MCDU rad nav is set. Landing perf is set. Approach briefing is complete, and our descent checklist is complete. There we go. Okay, it is starting the descent. This is good. I'll watch it like a hawk this time. I'm not going to bust another altitude. I'm really surprised, honestly. It's not
2813, contact Potomac approach 11985. See ya.
1985. Have a great night, Delta 2813.
Have a good one, Southwest 50.
Delta 74, descend and maintain 3000.
Down to 3000 for Delta 74.
Tell me, good evening, Delta 2813, 10.5, descending Baltimore at 10 and 250 knots.
1000 vectors for approach.
Oops. I'm sorry, I think I blocked it.
Delta 1702, turn right heading 050, descend and maintain 5000 vectors for approach.
Turn right heading 020, descend and maintain 5000, Delta 1702.
050. For the heading.
050.
Delta 5267, Richmond wind calm, runway 34, clear to land.
Runway 34, clear land, Delta 5267.
Delta 2813, Potomac.
And Delta 2813 with you, 10,000.
Delta 2813, Potomac approach, good evening. Expect Mount Vernon visual runway 1 approach, Washington, altimeter 3048, information, hotel.
Alright, we have Hotel 3048. We'll expect Mount Vernon visual 1, Delta 2813. Alright, so we're expecting
Delta 2013, descend and maintain 8000.
Descend, maintain 8000, Delta 2813. Alright, 8000 is set. We're going to do open descent. Lights.
Delta 74, Richmond, 10 o'clock, 10 miles, report your boarding sign.
Airport inside Delta 74.
Delta 74, thank you. Clear the visual approach runway 34.
Clear visual 34.
I'm going to adjust this before I forget. Surprised how loud that is. It's actually turned down pretty far. Surprised we're getting that much people noise from the cabin.
Potomac departure, Vision Jet 14 Tango Tango, information hotel, IFR clearance to Newark.
November 14 Tango Tango Potomac departure, good evening. For Newark, maximum cruise altitude will be flight level 210.
Level 210, Vision Jet 14 Tango Tango.
November 14 Tango Tango, clear to Newark via Ski 5, departure Swan, transition then aspired, climb via SID, expect flight level 210 10 minutes after. Squawk 0567.
Clear to Newark,
approved by the Circuit 5 departure swan transition, then as filed. Maintain 5,000, expect flight level 210, 10 minutes after departure. Departure this frequency, squawk 0567, Vision 14 Tango Tango.
Delta PT267, welcome to Richmond, text to gate entry discretion, cross runway 2 at Charlie.
Taxi to gate discretion, run cross.
I'm also going to go ahead and put the speed into manual as well. So this point we're going to be getting a lot of vectors and stuff. I find it just easier to have direct control over the speed of the aircraft.
Hotel.
Roger, Vision 14 Tango Tango.
Delta 2813, descend and maintain 6,000.
Descend, maintain 6,000, Delta 2813. Alright, 6,000 set. We'll do open descend again.
Delta 1702, descend and maintain 4,000.
Descend and maintain 4,000, 1702.
There's Andrews Air Force Base right out there. That's where the Air Force One flies out of.
Restrict BT466. Pressure BT466. Say next waypoint on your computer.
Next waypoint is troops, followed by LETs for 5466.
Restrict BT466, roger. It looks like you are diverging from the course.
Oops. I don't have room to speak though. I busted 2 altitudes already tonight.
Clear direct LETs for Blue 5466. Our way is pretty strong. Crosswind to the right.
Roger.
Vision Jet 14 Tango Tango information. Hotel at Kilo, ready for taxi.
Number 14 Tango Tango, runway 1, taxi via.
Let's see if we look out here close. Here's our Washington Monument. There's the National Mall there. Capitol Building. And I think the White House is out over here. So this is where that prohibited area is, so we can't fly into that. But this but obviously this procedure is designed to keep you clear of that prohibited area.
2013, descend and maintain 3,000.
Descend, maintain 3,000, Delta 2813. 3,000 set. Open descent.
Delta 74, Richmond wind calm, runway 34, clear to land.
Clear to land 34, Delta 74.
Yeah.
77 ready to go, 30.
In terms of scenery, this is probably one of the coolest cities to fly into.
Taurus wind calm, runway 30, clear for takeoff.
I got him. Like that, 710.
Especially when you get to do the river visual, runway 19. Then you're flying, you know, pretty up and close with all the historic landmarks in Washington, D.C.
Restrict BT466 cross vents at 8,000, then descend via troops per arrival.
Troops, let's 8,000, send via troops for Blue 5466.
Delta 1702, turn 10 degrees right.
That looks pretty good, I have to say, for default
scenery. Turn 10 degrees right, Delta 1702.
Alright, we're going to start getting pretty high workload. I'm going to be focused a little bit more now inside of the airplane. Really, it should go pretty smoothly. Let's arm up the LS mode here on both sides so we can see our localizer. We'll be following that initially, and like I said about the final approach fix, you break it off and hand fly basically just up the river to help keep the noise down for the residents nearby the airport there. That's the idea with the Mount Vernon visual.
Delta 2013, say speed.
Currently 250 knots. What would you like, Delta 2813?
Go down to 210. You can expect base turn short to be.
Alright, 210 speed, Delta 2813. Alright, 210 speed is set. We'll speed brake a little bit to help the airplane slow. And you can see that low speed awareness is coming up, so we'll be ready on flaps 1 here. As soon as we hit our VFE minus about 5 or 10, we'll go flaps 1. Alright, stow in the brakes. So we want to stay out of the low speed awareness.
7,000.
Alright, there we go. We're VFE, there's about VFE minus 5, trending down, flaps 1.
2013, descend maintain 2,000.
Descend maintain 2,000, Delta 2813. 2,000 set. Heard the clicks there. It put us into VS mode, which I'm actually okay with. We'll kind of split the difference between just going down and slowing down. We can do both at the same time.
This is Delta 1702, airport's in sight.
Delta 74, welcome to reach.
Now we'll use some speed brake a little bit again. With the slats out, our stall speed's gone down significantly, so we can use a little speed brake.
Taxi on Charlie, cross to
Now we'll do open descent as we approach our speed bug.
Delta 1702, clear visual approach runway 24. If you need some vectors for descent, let me know.
Blue Streak 5512, cleared for the visual, Mount Vernon visual.
So be ready. What I'm going to do,
approach.
I'm going to go here. I'm going to just select Baden.
Delta 1702, clear for visual approach runway 24.
And I'm going to put in, I believe it's a 006.
Cleared for visual
For the
approach
inbound.
for 3-4. No assistance required. Delta 1702.
Thank you. Delta 2013, turn right heading 310. Once you complete the turn, Washington will be 2 o'clock, 13 miles for the airport inside.
Okay, a right turn heading of, I'm sorry, confirm the heading.
310.
Right turn 310, and we've got the river in sight. We'll let you know with the field, Delta 2013.
Delta 2013, labor is enough for me. Clear the Mount Vernon visual runway 1 approach.
Cleared Mount Vernon visual runway 1 approach, Delta 2013. Okay, we're clear for the approach. So we're going to make the turn here.
Blue Streak 5512.
So like I was saying here, we're going to throw in a 186 radial in,
Blue Streak 5512.
just to draw an intercept for us.
710, contact for automatic departure 119.7.
And we will activate. And you can see here it's drawing an intercept for us, so we'll continue the turn.
Blue Streak 5512, turn left heading 060.
Left turn 060, Blue Streak 5512.
What I will do is we are going to set 1600 for Baden.
3000, Blue Streak 5466.
1600 feet is set. We're going to let it intercept here in nav mode. Once we're on, then we'll hit the approach button. That'll arm our localizer and glide slope for flight director guidance.
Washington, wind calm, runway 1, clear for takeoff.
Runway 1, flying the SID, clear for takeoff, as you get 1.
Start slowing up a little bit. I just want to keep ourselves under flaps 2 speeds, so that way we're ready to add drag if we need to help us down. But once he clears for the approach, technically your speed, unless he instructs otherwise. Unless he says otherwise, speed is our discretion at that point.
A320 on final runway 1, report traffic inside.
Alright, there's our runway. That's looking pretty good. Alright, we're going to arm approach. That's going to arm localizer and slope. And again, once we get about the final approach fixed, we're going to hand fly at that point. Let's reduce speed further, 180 knots.
Okay, 170, follow the traffic,
just
Mount Vernon visual, Blue Streak 55.
And we'll set, I don't know if tower's open or not. We'll set 19.1 just ready to go. Flaps 2.
5466, say winds are loft.
Winds lofts, about a tailwind of about 8 for Blue Streak 5466.
Winds of 8 knots.
Roger, we're turning right. It's going to turn into about a crossing with a tailwind component about 8 knots.
Blue Streak 5466, roger, thank you. Delta 2013, Washington, wind calm, runway 1, clear to land.
Runway 1, clear to land, Delta 2813. Clear to land.
Delta 1702, runway 24, clear to land.
Alright, glide slope is alive. So we're going to slow up a little bit early because we're going to be hand flying after the FAF, so that's going to give us some higher workload. So we're going to click that in. Let's go flaps 3. Gear down. And we're back in FMS speed, so that'll go to our V approach. Third flight attendants. Arm these. We'll do an auto brake medium.
Tango, radar contact, climb, maintain 17,000.
There's the slope. Flaps full. Speeds V approach. Land checklist.
2,400 climbing flight level 190.
Cabin secure, landing gear down through green, flaps set full, landing memo all green. Lane checklist complete. Autopilot's coming off. And we're going to kill the flight directors too, because we're really not going to be following the flight directors, so I don't want to get erroneous information. But we're going to turn out here, follow the middle of the river now for noise abatement.
Taxi to gate at discretion, crossing at Charlie Delta.
Just like this. This will keep us out kind of away from the noise sensitive residents a little bit more there off the right wing.
Blue Restrict 5466, lead speed 210.
Speed 210, Restrict 5466.
But I am following the glide slope is generally my guidance here for missed approach, and I'm going to set 2,000 just in case we got to go missed. I think that's good. Round altitude.
Restrict 5466, turn left heading 100.
Trending a little low, we'll pitch up just a little bit. Rest of descent. We could even do this. We could go here and do FPA and we get a little flight path vector. That's what I'm used to in the Embraer. Makes it very easy to kind of judge your angle of descent and how much input you need.
Delta 4994, radar contact 17 miles southwest of Lawrenceville at 7,000, Richmond altitude 3045. Information, Delta, say request to approach.
Request approach, IMS,
Restrict 5466, traffic to follow, 9 o'clock, 4 miles, 3,000, CRJ 700.
I'll put it right across one, it feels like. Not much, only 2 knots, never mind. That's not much.
That's 40 for traffic.
I believe we have traffic inside for Restrict 5466.
500, stable, 90.
56, thank you, clear the visual approach, correction, clear the Mount Vernon visual runway 1 approach.
Mount Vernon visual runway 1 approach for Restrict 5466.
And just for your reference, the traffic in front of you has ground speed of 170.
Alright, slightly high, we're correcting down.
For traffic ahead, thank you.
Just gotta watch the sync rate, make sure not to get unstabilized.
4994, expect vectors, visual approach runway 2, maintain 7,000.
runway
50, 40, 30, 20, retard, 10, 5.
Restrict 5512, Washington, wind
Not a
calm,
greaser,
runway
that'll take it.
1, clear to land.
Jervis.
Clear to land, runway 1, Blue Street 5512.
Center line, ooh, not very good on the center line on that one. 60 knots, versus stowed. And we made taxiway November. As briefed.
Delta 2013, welcome to Washington, text to gate at your discretion. Happy holiday.
To the gate, our discretion. Have a good holiday. Thanks for the ATC, Delta 2013. Cool. Alright, to the gate, our discretion. After landing. Flaps coming up. Let's get the APU on its way. Get strobes. Wing. Turn off. Land landing lights. And then nose light goes to taxi position. Alright, we should be good for the APU now. On its way. After landing checklist. Flap lever is 0, speed brakes. Disarmed. And APU is started after landing checklist is complete. Okay, so we're just going to continue up here, and I believe it's going to be this concourse right here for spot 1 entry into the ramp. Yep. Right here, and our gate, I believe was, I think we said 21, which I believe is the corner gate right there. So we're just going to round this corner right here, get around the taxi sign. And we'll slide our way over. We're on the right. We'll double back just a hair here to our taxi lane. There we go. And is this 21 right here? Yeah, it is. Okay. So we'll start cranking it over. Get on our line.
Restrict 5466, Washington, wind calm, runway 1.
We'll get it lined up and then we'll set up our marshaller camera.
Company CRJ, 2 miles minor.
Roger, clear to land 1, company traffic for runway 1.
Not the perfect lineup. This is a bigger airplane. Didn't overshoot it quite enough. Okay, we're going to get here on the line. Turn off our nose light so we don't blind the marshaller, and we'll taxi in.
November 142 with Tango, climb maintain flight level 210.
Climbing flight level 210, this is Gemma.
there we are. Brake set. Cool. All right. And parking checklist. Park brake is on, anti-ice is off, master switches are off, beacon lights off, fuel pumps, we'll leave them on for now. And transponder goes to standby. Parking checklist is complete. Alright, welcome to Washington, D.C., everybody. We'll get the jet bridge on its way up to the aircraft. And we'll go watch a replay. So let's see, while we're opening up the doors and everything, I'll get over here onto X-Pilot. And we'll disconnect from VATSIM. Go watch a replay. That was a pretty beautiful approach, if I'm honest. Like the scenery, the weather, it's perfect. Flying was pretty good. I got a little bit high. Nothing really unstabilized, though. And made a good, safe, legal landing. That's the important part. Maybe not a greaser, but cool. All right, let's go watch a replay. Okay, I didn't change that keybind yet. That works. We're going to back this up. Nice and slowly. Hopefully it doesn't crash my sim. It shouldn't. We'll watch the replay here over the river. This is probably, like I said, this is cool scenery here. You do it just right. Sometimes you can, if you get a crosswind from the west, from the left side of the airplane, sometimes you can almost like even see the monument and stuff out the airplane. But from the flight deck view, though, it's obviously pretty awesome. I am liking X-Plane 12 though. It's looking pretty good. Not perfect, but pretty good. All right, we'll fast forward a little bit here. We're pretty good on the approach though. Generally pretty stabilized. Center line management could have been better. I was off a little bit here. By about this point, I should have been perfectly lined up, and after we got onto the wheel brakes, we kind of got a little squirrely, a little side to side. And I should have pulled the thrust out like just a second earlier, because that did kind of float us, just a little bit down the runway. But made it down, I think, right on the. I guess it was probably the 2,000 foot mark, so I did float just a couple hundred feet. But the landing was safe and legal. Those are the two most important things of any landing. I've learned since I've become a captain, I don't care as much about a soft landing as I used to when I was in FO. But the getting it in the touchdown zone part of it's the important part.
100, 50, 40, 30, 20.
Especially on this runway. DCA's actually got pretty short runways. By jet standards. Not bad though. Good old DCA. I have spent many hours in this airport. Probably done, probably at least, I want to say I've probably done about 50 landings at least at this airport. One I'm kind of familiar with. It's fun. I like this airport. Alright guys, well I think we'll call it there for the live stream tonight. Thank y'all so much for following. Thank you to our new subscribers. And have a fantastic night. I think I'm probably going to do one more live stream pre-Christmas, but just in case I don't, to everybody who celebrates, Merry Christmas. To the rest of you, Happy Holidays. Thanks again for watching. Have a fantastic night. We'll see you next time. I queued the music, but it was a little loud. Maybe. I don't know. Let me know. Have a good night, guys. We'll watch some more replay. We'll watch a little more replay in the outro. Oop, too far.